welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Thursday, June 30th, 2016. Just going to read our disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks has a high level of risk and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice. Thank you for your patience with that. So as regular viewers well know, we always start our videos off with a look at the Russell Index. I'm going to take a little bit of extra time today with today's video and spin through some of the big charts because we are at the last trading day of the month and the last trading day of the quarter, and I think it's shaping up to be a particularly interesting one. So bear with me, I'm going to spend a little bit of extra time today. But let's start with our usual, the IWM, which is the ETF that represents the Russell 2000. We're looking at it on a 5-year monthly time frame, and we always pay particular attention to the blue channel that the Russell traded within through all of 2014, had this uptick up and out in early 15, the sell-off, and here's where we are right here, right now. So price came right up to our upper blue band and was rejected there, and we have a trading day ahead of us, but this is the candle for the month of June so far, which is shaping up to be a doji. I'm going to take away my drawing so you can better see and get a perspective on that candle. I think it's a really important one. So doji at an area that I think is pretty important. So either price, a doji is indecision, either July and August will pull us higher, and the market will decide. A doji is indecision, so it'll either go higher or lower. So this one I think is a very important one to keep an eye on and monitor to see what happens next month. We're heading into the back half of the year. It's an election year in the US. That might be a positive thing. Alcoa kicks off earnings on July 16th. Maybe earnings will be enough to pull us higher, but we're just going to watch and follow what price does and see. So I'm going to put my drawings back in. Oops, sorry about that. And let's go to the weekly chart. So we're still on the IWM. This is the 5-year monthly. Let's go to the 2-year weekly. Take a quick look on how price is behaving. So regular viewers know that we had this initial level of support drawn in on the Russell. It bounced off of that area, came up here. Price was rejected. It pierced our upper blue band. Price was rejected there, and it sold off after the Brexit vote. We're getting a fairly bullish, this is actually a very bullish looking candle on the week so far. We've got the trading day ahead of us, but this area of support has held, and we will look for follow through next week. Monday's a holiday in the US. It's a holiday here in Canada tomorrow, but we'll be looking for follow through and see if it can actually get higher where it is right here, right now. And then the daily, of course. So the Brexit sell-off and the strong couple of days we've had yesterday and the day before. I'm filming this at about 7:30 on Thursday morning, and the futures are trading in the green, so it looks like that strength will continue, but we're coming into this area of resistance here. So will price reverse? Who knows? We'll watch and see. So now I'm going to take a little bit of extra time and show you some charts that I think are pretty interesting to pay attention to and get some perspective on. So I'm going to go 10-year and I'm going to go weekly. And I'm not going to look at the ETFs. I'm actually going to look at the indexes themselves. Take away my drawings and get into a study that shows you the 50 and 100 day. Whoops, sorry about that. So 10-year weekly chart. This is the Dow. You can see that it had this beautiful freight train of a move higher since the financial crisis back in 2008-09. What I want you to see, now this is the weekly chart, but the 50 is the blue, the red is the 100-day moving average. The 50 crossed the red way back in early 2010, and the red line has stayed below supporting price up until now. So we've got the first cross since early 2010 on the Dow using these moving averages. So I think that's something to be aware of and pay attention to. Having said that, we've got a bullish looking candle for the week. You can just, it's kind of a, let me pull it in so you can better see. Maybe this will push us higher and we'll get a cross back up, but it's a cross nonetheless. So I think that's really important to pay attention to. Same thing on the S&P. Crossed here, and all of these years it has not had a cross like it has right now. The other one is the Russell. Instead of using the ETF, this is the actual index. Again, same cross in early 2010. Squeeze happened here, and we've got a cross here. So either price will recover and move higher and it'll cross back, but I just think that's something to be aware of. Sectors that I think are going to be important in the next month or two, at least to me, are the banking sector. So I'm going to take a look at, what I want to show you are these indexes. Because it's the end of the quarter, it might be worth taking a look at them on the quarterly time frame. So we're looking at the Dow. So really interesting that it's been hovering in this area for this whole time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quarters. This is the print. This is the candle so far for the second quarter. A doji. Looking for direction, an undecided candle. That's something that I think is pretty important and to be aware of. S&P on the quarter, same sort of a look. Same area where it just can't seem to get through. Will it? We don't know. Will it move higher or lower? But I think that's something to pay attention to. And then the Russell. Same sort of a, look. So we will see. The sector that I think might be worth paying attention to are the financials. Where other sectors have moved higher through this time frame, now again we're looking at the 10-year quarterly, the financials have really lagged as compared to, say, this is consumer discretionary, which couldn't be any higher. Tech and all of those other ones have done pretty well. The financials have been lagging. And this is the candle for the month, or sorry, for the second half, or second quarter, I should say, sorry. Again, it's a doji. So to me, in the way I think the financials need to pick up here and either lead us higher or lower. So I'll be interested to see how the candle looks in Q3 here. And will it give us a little bit of a hint as to direction and which way the market wants to go. So I'm keeping an eye on the financials. Interestingly enough, yesterday in the US, they had this big stress test thing with the financial sector, and they were given the green light to increase dividends and share buybacks. You might want to read a little bit more about that, but maybe that'll be the catalyst that gets it going higher, but worth paying attention to, I think. So getting back to our Russell chart, IWM, 2-year weekly, I will put the drawings back in so you can see this is where we are in our blue band. This is the 2-year weekly. So far, we've got a trading day ahead of us, but we've got a strong candle for the week. Will we get that follow through next week, and will we start to test this upper blue band again? But with price below, we're not putting any individual charts forward. Price below the 8-day EMA. We're just monitoring and seeing what happens next. So I hope you found that helpful, that look at the bigger charts, and maybe you want to read a little bit more about that banking thing in the US yesterday. And we'll put out another video next Tuesday. Thanks, and have a great long weekend.